share. Today we will be looking at the Stop Motion Studio. It's a free app for both Apple and Android. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and touch the app and open it up. So again, here's kind of the basic screen, and let's go back because this is the screen you're most likely going to see when you first press it. And you kind of get some basics, you get some help, you get some import project and settings. You're not going to be using this stuff a lot. What you're going to do is basically, when you first get started, is go ahead and press New Movie. And from there, you get a whole bunch of settings. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to press this question mark. And that's going to give us a little overview of each item. So the first thing is on the top left here, we have a back button. Then we have a little microphone with a voiceover, a little plus, and that's how you can add image, audio, or credits. Most of those are actually you can't actually use because it's part of the paid version. Settings, we'll be looking at those a little deeper once we have a video that we can kind of adjust with different settings. Then we can go ahead and capture, which we'll be doing that, and that's how you will take all your individual pictures for your video. The undo button, which is great. If we make a mistake, you press it and it's gone. We're on the question mark, and that's what we're doing right now. We're learning more. And then the little triangle, which is obviously your play button, and that will play through the video. Alright, let's go ahead and press the back to get out of that. And I'm going to go ahead and set up my video. Now, you guys cannot see this, but I have a little scene set up. And let me go ahead and put my phone into a little tripod. The first thing we need to do is we're going to go ahead, tap here to add some pictures. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So it's a little wonky. Let me kind of prop it up there. And, oh yeah, so let's go ahead and set that on top of something. So here's my little scene I did. I'm going to start Spider-Man over here. And we're going to start taking some pictures. So let's go ahead and start. And so I just took the picture. That's the problem, is it doesn't show up down here. I'm not sure why it's not doing that right now. But one of the best features of this is this little bar on the left. If you adjust that, it gives you kind of a shadow of where you were. And so if you mess up and you got to realign your stuff, it's really easy to do. And the big thing here is to move it, make sure your hand is out of the way and take the picture. Sometimes you get excited and take the picture while your hand is still there. And you just kind of keep moving your object along. And I'm using a little Spider-Man toy. And another picture. And we'll do a few so we have a few to play with. Now let's go ahead and start turning Spider-Man a little bit. And we'll make him face the camera. And he's going to turn one more time. And then we'll make him come forward a little bit. Perfect. And look, oh no. See how I messed up there? But luckily I have this shadow. And I would just kind of put it in the same spot. And I get it pretty, that looks a little off to me. He's a little too close. Right there is good. And if I take it, it just look like he moved a little bit. And then, so let's go ahead and view it. So I'll press this little triangle button. I like to press the back button and get it out of the camera. Oh, all the information. But I'm doing that. So we're going to close it out. Press the plus, and you can see Spider-Man's walking across the screen there. So let's go ahead and pause the video. I like to put on the first one just for my own personal preference. And then let's plus a little gear. Now, here's kind of where you can kind of... So this is movie speed of frame. So let's go ahead and put it on 1 and see what it does. So yeah, it's very slow now. But if we do back, go ahead and pause it, and we go back into it, and we can speed it up. I think it was at 5, but we can go all the way down here. It goes all the way up to 30, which would be very quick. But let's go ahead and do it. Let's see what 30 looks like. See, he goes very fast. So again, something you can play with. Well, pause it first, and then you can go back. I'm going to put it back right around, I think it was on 5 before, and I think that looks perfect. Yeah, I think that looks good to me. Alright, and then the next thing we're going to do is let's go back into our settings, and we can go ahead and press this. This is if you wanted the scenes to fade, so we can go ahead and turn on one of those. And See how at the end it faded away. And if that's something you would like, you can go ahead and put that on your video. Again, there's a couple different options there. I'm personally going to go with the no fade. Here is your different aspect ratios, and then this is kind of a good thing to think of. Think about where you're going to put your video. If you're going to be sharing it on a TV screen, go ahead and do an HD TV. Or if you want more of a movie theater look, go ahead to the cinema mode. The square is great for things like social media, like Instagram. The portrait's decent for things like Instagram. It's also good, really good, if you're just wanting to share it on cell phones. And then this is the older TV aspects here. Probably not going to be using those as much, but just kind of think about where you're going to share it, because that might give you the option you want. The next setting. Again, this is something we will not be using. Most of them you have to pay for. This is something on the foreground, so we can make it look like somebody spying on Spider-Man with binoculars, and then that would be in our film. So that, that can add a little bit of storytelling to it. Let's see, we did that. Filters, you can make it black and white, and then the rest, they actually have to be purchased to be used. But again, the basics are free. I want to not make mine black and white, and actually I'm going to go back and take off the binoculars. Here's that you can make a different standard of video. So right now it's on HD. That's going to be good enough for most things. You can obviously purchase and make it a higher quality. You probably do not need 4K in this unless you're really making a full-length film or something like that. And then the last is if you want it to play as a loop, which is what it's doing now. It's kind of doing, as when it gets to the end, it starts back over. Or play last frames only. Oh, I think I left the loop on. See what it does with that. See, and then it just ended instead of in that loop. And that is kind of all the settings there. The only other thing to really share with you is the microphone here. The microphone, if you want to do a recording over it, so if you want to add sounds, or if you want to add sound effects, that kind of thing. And then you simply click the mic, or touch the mic, and then you go to play, and it gives you a little, you go to record, and it gives you a little countdown, 3, 2, 1. Stop it, and I'm going to go to done. And see, did that add to my video? No. Oh, I think I did right at the end, but that's okay. So let's see, is there a way to take the sound? Oh, it's just on that one slide. So let's see if we can edit that. Oh, let's see, right here you can go ahead and you can cut slides, delete slides, you can merge, and you can go to audio. Now I am going to go ahead and delete that audio I did. So if you wanted audio on this, you would have to figure out how to add it to each slide. So again, if you say I don't like this last scene, I can just press this thing, go to delete, and it's gone. So that's really nice to be able to do that. So let's watch the Spider-Man one more time through. And thank you guys. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope that your stop motion films come out great. Thank you so much.